Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and I have some news updates from around the land of smiles for you today, this Monday, January 27th. But before we begin, please remember to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we'll be talking about some British nationals getting arrested for an illegal drug operation. A new poll suggesting the Thai public is not very supportive of proposed gambling law changes. And a little later, a horrific circumcision gone wrong in Cambodia. But first, we're back here in Thailand as a British man was arrested for a 2004 UK murder cold case. Thai authorities arrested 62-year-old British national David Stewart Armitage, a suspect in the 2004 murder of his Thai wife, Lam Duan Armitage, whose body was found in the Yorkshire Dales and identified in 2019 through DNA testing. Lam Duan, known as the Lady of the Hills, had moved to the UK with Armitage and their children, reportedly enduring domestic abuse before her disappearance. Armitage was captured in Phetchaburi province on January 23, 2025, after years in hiding. His residency permit was revoked and he was detained for extradition under the Thai-UK Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty. The arrest, achieved through Thai immigration and the Department of Special Investigation, underscores the value of international cooperation in solving long-standing cases and delivering justice. Well, good news. He was on the run for more than 20 years in hiding here in Thailand, of all places, when the victim was, of course, Thai. But it's just encouraging to see that even after so much time passes, that authorities are still able to stay on the case and bring justice for the family of the victim. Gross stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing the documentaries about this to see exactly how all of this went down and how they were actually able to find him, because it's pretty shocking that it took so long. But, you know, better late than never in the end. Justice for this poor woman. Now, we're still in Thailand, I guess we should say. 6 British nationals have been arrested in Phuket for drug possession and dealing. But what were they selling? 6 British nationals were arrested in Phuket after police uncovered 6 kilograms of cannabis and 39 nitrous oxide tanks. The bust occurred at a residence in the Muang district where the cannabis was found near and inside one bedroom. One occupant admitted owning the cannabis but lacked the required permit for sale. All 6 men in Thailand on valid tourist visas now face charges of unauthorized possession and potential intent to distribute. The arrest highlights Thailand's strict drug laws, emphasizing the need for tourists to comply with local regulations to avoid severe penalties. Thought these things were legal in Thailand. Guess not. So apparently, this is what's confusing about this case to me. Obviously, you can purchase and consume cannabis. There have been crackdowns on the laughing gas as well, even though it still does appear to be readily available through several means and several channels of sale. But tourists aren't allowed to possess it in such large quantities or distribute it. So these are all allegations. I'm a little confused because these guys don't appear to have had any substances. Or, like, you know, these are gray areas, right? So they had a lot of it, which maybe is why there is intent to distribute, I guess. But who knows? The point is, look, you need your licensing if you are going to be selling either of those things, which I'm still not entirely sure about the laughing gas, but certainly for cannabis. And, the Thai authorities do have their ways of tracking you down and, kind of ruining your vacation if you're here on a tourist visa. So, anyways, we'll see exactly what punishment will be distributed to these guys. But be careful, guys, especially if you are a user or, of any of these substances. Make sure that you are doing it within the confines of the law. All right, moving on. We have some controversy in Thailand regarding, dogs. I'll just say it. A Swiss dog owner has defied a Thai beach ban, reigniting safety concerns. Now, a Swiss man known as Matthias has sparked renewed controversy by ignoring a ban on walking his dogs at Suan Long Beach in Bangsapan district following previous dog attacks on tourists. Despite an ongoing legal case, Matthias was seen on January 20th with 4 unleashed dogs, prompting complaints from residents and tourists. Video evidence shows locals and visitors, including children, immobilized in fear. Officials acknowledge the issue but face challenges in imposing stricter measures. Locals continue to demand action to protect public safety and restore tourism confidence. Yeah, you gotta have them on a leash, man. Like, look, this is one thing. Look, if you got a private beach, sure, take them down. Don't worry about the leash or something like that. But these are public beaches where unleashed dogs we've experienced this in the past. People have been attacked by dogs, not just like soy dogs. Dogs, it's owned by people, right? That are supposedly, someone is responsible for them. But in this case, defiant in the face of that ban, which, he is violating the law in that case and also putting people in danger. So fortunately, nobody hurt in this incident, but it's happened in the past. And that is leading people to feel uncomfortable on the beach where, it's a public beach. This should be safe for everybody to enjoy. So anyways, curious to know your thoughts on the state of dog ownership laws here in Thailand. And, should this guy be punished and what should the punishment be? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, next story. All right, we talk about child safety on the show a lot, and the trust that we put in teachers. Unfortunately, we have a scary one today. A teacher's aide has been arrested for abducting a 10-year-old boy in Phetchaburi. So, a 19-year-old teacher's aide, known as Sawaros, was arrested for allegedly abducting a 10-year-old boy named Owen in Phetchaburi. Owen disappeared on January 25th while taking out the trash, sparking a police search after relatives reported him missing. Security footage showed a woman arriving on a motorcycle and taking Owen away. Owen was later found abandoned near a local temple. He claimed a motorcyclist threatened him and took him to a forested area before transferring him to a van. The van driver released him near a university where Owen sought help. Now, Sawaros, a teacher's aide at Owen's school, alleged she was helping transport him but left him after he refused to enter her home. Police are investigating the conflicting accounts. What? Okay, this kid, good kid, doing his chores, just taking out the garbage, and a teacher, a familiar face, teacher's aide, maybe one of responsibility, is like, hey, come with me. Look, he's 10 years old. Seems like he was trying to do the right thing, but he was apparently, according to his story, allegedly threatened in order to come with her, then refused to get into some van. Good God, don't take the free candy, and then was left at a temple. Not exactly sure what the scheme was here, with like a kidnapping gone awry, or if a conscience was found in the middle of all of this. But at the end of the day, abducting children, horrifying. Fortunately, Owen, the young lad, is safe, back with his family. But what was all of this? Is there a greater organization, conspiracy that does this kind of thing regularly and is coercing people like this teacher's aide into performing crimes on their behalf? All unclear. So the police need to get to the bottom of this to make sure that people over there are, feeling comfortable with entrusting their children with, the education system. Ew. Scary stuff. Now, moving on. Let's get into the next story. So this is a lot of controversy going on with the upcoming proposed changes to the gambling laws and casinos here in Thailand. Well, guess what? Apparently, the Thai public opposes casino complexes and online gambling plans, a new poll finds. So an NIDA poll conducted among over 1,300 Thai adults revealed strong public disapproval of government proposals to establish a casino entertainment complex and legalize online gambling. Key findings found about 60% opposed the casino complex entirely and 58% rejected online gambling legalization. Public concerns center on gambling addiction and moral objections, despite arguments for potential economic benefits. The results underscore the need for Thai government to address these concerns while balancing economic interests and social well-being. So that's the question, right? Economic benefits for who? Gambling addiction obviously is a big problem in many places where gambling is legal and tends to have an adverse effect on people who, fall into debt, doing and chasing this dragon of trying to get these wins at casinos, and then who wins? The house always wins. Like, there's a reason that's such a big saying. So this could be a scheme that just sees the wealthy get wealthier and the investors make a ton of money while the general public suffers from a new sin. At the same time, I'm relatively libertarian when it comes to people choosing their vices. So, but apparently, this is Thailand. It should sort of follow the wishes and respect the perspectives of the Thai people. And it appears that they are not very much in favor of these proposed law changes. Anyways, let me know your thoughts, guys. Casinos, yay or nay? Because no matter what, it does seem like they're coming. All right, now, people in Phuket dealing with traffic congestion. Well, guess what? The government down there is planning to use AI to tackle the problem. What does that mean? Phuket plans to implement AI-driven adaptive traffic controls to address worsening congestion, particularly during peak tourism periods. Inspired by Bangkok's successful system, which improved travel times by 25%. Really? The initiative will manage traffic lights based on real-time patterns. Proposed by Phuket Police during Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawat's visit, the project is pending budget approval. With tourism rising, officials emphasize public cooperation and adherence to traffic rules to ease congestion. I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. I don't know. That's the thing. Bangkok, obviously, always crazy traffic. Phuket used to be a little bit lighter, but these days it's insane. Like, it's taking so long to get anywhere, particularly in the small roads, right? You're not getting more than 2 lanes of traffic most of the time. So I don't even know how implementing those AI systems is really even going to do much when there's just not enough space for all of these cars. So I'm not sure what the actual long-term solutions are, but clearly they are acknowledging the problem and doing their best to try and implement something to help. But I remain unconvinced if this will actually really cause a dent in the problem. Phuket, tell me your thoughts. What are the actual solutions to try and alleviate some of these traffic issues that you're experiencing down there? All right, anyways, moving on to our, we're done with our Thaiger section, guys. Oh, good morning, Nico and Paijasu. We're done with our Thaiger section of the news, guys. We're on to the ASEAN Now section, where our first stop is Cambodia. There's a bit of a controversy involving an Indian woman who is alleging racist treatment at the Cambodian border. Now, an Indian solo traveler, Nida Merchant, shared an Instagram ordeal of being denied entry into Cambodia from Vietnam despite holding a visa. She alleged mistreatment by immigration officials, claiming they laughed at her, threatened her to board a bike, and told her Indians and Bangladeshis could be refused entry at land borders. Merchant cut her trip short, returning to Vietnam and flying home. The incident, shared on a viral video with over 900,000 views, sparked similar stories in the comments. Users recounted scams, bribes, and strict document checks faced by Indians at Cambodian borders. Some noted that Merchant's e-visa may not have been valid for her entry point, though harassment allegations remain troubling. So, yeah, this girl was a bit of an influencer, and this is one of the problems, right? If you do, they got a platform, and not every video of theirs will go viral, but controversies like this will. And paints Cambodia and their officials in a bad light. This is one of those things where, you know, probably would not have had a problem at an airport customs check. Land borders can be a little more finicky and weird, although I've experienced it the other way around too. In any case, not a good look that her story inspired several echoing stories in the comments as well. Unfortunate, especially because India does provide a lot of tourism, particularly to the Southeast Asian region. Yeah, this is not good news. Wonder how Cambodia will respond to this. At the same time, I guess I'm not going to hold my breath and expect them to respond to it at all. But it's gone viral, and certainly will have an impact on how Indians feel about traveling there in the end. Anyways. On to our next story. This is gonna, like, men, cross your legs on this one. This is going to be a little bit traumatizing for some of the fellas in the audience, but yeah, let's talk about it. A father is planning legal action after son suffers complications from a mass circumcision in Kedah. So, an 11-year-old boy required surgery at Sultana Bania Hospital following severe bleeding after a mass circumcision at a mosque in Kedah. The procedure, part of a program costing about 50 Malaysian ringgit, was conducted by a doctor without next of kin allowed presence. After returning home, the boy began bleeding, prompting his father, Amdi Mudzakir Ahmad Mukri, to seek medical help. Attempts to treat the wound at 2 clinics failed, leading to emergency surgery at HSB. While the boy's condition has improved, his father is deeply upset by the ordeal and plans to sue those responsible to prevent similar incidents. What? Mass circumcisions at a mosque without the family being notified? That doesn't seem legal. That doesn't seem acceptable at all. Obviously, the practice of circumcision is pretty controversial with its use around the world in general these days. But yeah, certainly as a father, I would want to know if look, I'm not a father, but if I was, I would want to know about the state of what they are doing with my son at these religious institutions. Seems like, that should not be done. So I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. What punishment should be given for this? Will they? Malaysia, please let me know if this is something that you might see, religious institutions enjoy a lot of privileges they might skate by without facing any justice. But this poor father and son are going to have to deal with this, and this could be a lifelong affliction now. Nasty stuff. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right. Not the only story coming out of Malaysia. We have sort of an international incident. Now, Indonesia is urging Malaysia to investigate the fatal shooting of migrant workers. Indonesia's Ministry of Migrant Workers Protection has called on Malaysia to investigate a shooting incident involving Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency officers that left one Indonesian migrant worker dead and others injured. Deputy Minister Christina Ariani urged firm action against APMM officers if excessive force is proven. The ministry is ensuring proper medical care for the injured and providing legal and logistical support to victims' families, including repatriating the deceased. Indonesia plans to meet Malaysian officials to address human rights concerns and prevent future incidents. This has been happening a lot lately. There's been maritime conflicts between many Southeast Asian countries talking about people are impeding on their territories. But the problem seems to be that authorities are in a shoot first and ask questions later mentality. If they were migrant workers, I assume that they were not armed. It's one of those things where you can say, hey, hands up, what are you doing here? You can arrest them. You can interrogate them, figure out what the story is. But once you open fire and people are dead, you're not going to hear their side of the story. So, yeah, this is one of those things where now it's up to an internal investigation. Will that actually yield results, or will they close in on themselves and circle the wagons to protect their own? Unfortunately, with migrant workers, there never seems to be a whole lot of concern for delivering justice on their behalf. But hopefully with the pressure from the Indonesian government, something will be done. Tough stuff. Finally, our last stop is off to Vietnam, where we have a fraud network that has scammed thousands through TikTok and a work-from-home scheme. Now, police in Dak Lak, Vietnam have arrested Nguyen Nhi Kadam and 3 accomplices for running a large-scale scam network that defrauded thousands of victims using fake TikTok appreciation gifts and work-from-home schemes. The group accessed the personal information of 50,000 people, making over 100,000 scam calls daily and stealing trillions of dong, or over 40 million USD. Victims were lured with small payments to build trust, then defrauded through larger e-commerce tasks with payments frozen under fabricated issues. Authorities are investigating further, with over 57 others under scrutiny. That's a big old operation, and it again highlights exactly what is becoming a big problem in many parts of Southeast Asia: scam centers, right? You have one mastermind that may or may not be coercing other people to perform these scams on their behalf. It does appear that the ringleader has been arrested, but again, how high does this go, right? We've reported many times about Chinese operations operating in Southeast Asian countries where the actual operators are not in that country. So if they are caught, we can sort of cut off a limb and save the head without, allowing them to live another day to set up new scams. But yeah, careful on TikTok, everybody. Don't fall for it. If it sounds too good to be true, probably is. Yeah, just take care of yourselves out there. Don't fall for it. All right. Well, that'll do it for the news for today. Let me wrap up the show. So, guys, thank you for joining this episode of Good Morning Thailand. You can always go to thetiger.com to stay up to date throughout the day. We post articles constantly, so you can stay up to date on all things Thailand. Also, if you enjoy the conversation, please thank you all for joining me in the YouTube conversation today. You can also go to ASEANnow.com to continue that conversation. Enjoy Thailand's largest expat forum. I will. Oh yeah, last thing. I'm gonna get some plugs in again. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're about 100 subscribers away from the 200,000. Finally, it's happening. Also, if you are in Pattaya, please go to follow Leaf Laugh Love Comedy on Instagram. You can find the link at the end in that bio to see my show in Pattaya on February 7th. Where I will be performing and with my friends Philip Koo and Charles the French. It'll be a great show at Siam Hotel. Please do consider picking up your tickets. They are on sale now at Megatix. All right, now I will get into the comments. Say hi.